Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You've got your boys here, Bert, the Hurt Locker, and Lanny, legend guys, and we are the Dividend Diplomats. And today's video, we are featuring 3 stocks that I'm never selling right now, guys. These could be great for your portfolio. We're going to talk about why they're so solid. We're going to go through the DD stock screener, see how they currently look like. But I think based on the metrics, we'll see if you agree.
I'm sure you will. Smash that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Help your boys finally push through that 20,000 subscriber mark. We are so close, everybody. Thank you so much for the love and support over the years. We can't wait to keep going, keep investing, keep recording videos, and keep growing this channel. What are we here to talk about today, though? We're here to talk about those 3 stocks that Lanny is never going to sell.
And guys, hate to bite my tongue because we've featured a lot of stocks that we can't wait to sell on here. Insert 3M, Intel, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Dominion stock, maybe even. And but today's about being a dividend investor. We are the buy and hold group here, guys. We are the click too sweet, guys, NWO style. And historically, you never look to sell a position because you picked great winners, guys. We all strive for that. We all want to pick great winners. Doesn't happen all the time. But we have 3 stocks here, 3 stocks I'm featuring that, based on current metrics, based on previous history, based on where I think they are at going forward, that I just don't think I would ever have to be in a position to sell these stocks. And there's only nothing but dividend growth and passive income producing machines ahead of me on these 3.
Each one of these have a unique characteristic about them that makes them in the position where you feel like you don't have to sell them. They all touch our lives, or they're all a critical part of the economy that lends itself to not being easily disposed of. It's one of those pieces you look for when you look for a wide moat for a stock. Can it be easily replaced in the industry? Does it cost a lot to get into the industry? In each of these cases, the way they built their company, the way they're positioned, and the way they dominate within that sector makes it very difficult for them to get pulled from the top of that mountain.
The top of that mountain it is, Bert. So the first stock that I feel like I will never sell, we're going to your supermarket, your grocery store, based in good old Ohio.
Right.
Big merger acquisition of Albertsons coming up here with Kroger. Ticker symbol is KR. And guys, the reason this stock I feel like I'll never sell is probably the same reason why you would never sell your Costco stock, your Walmart stock, albeit, Walmart's definitely had a great year this year from a stock price standpoint. But Kroger is like this little engine that doesn't get the name or recognition out there. They're 37 billion in market cap. And Bert, this stock is actually up 96% in the last 5 years, on fire, and the metrics are looking really solid, even right now, as a possible stock to buy.
Yeah, their PE ratio is 11.6. Their payout ratio is 28.83. And those 2 are impressive enough on their own, but it's really their dividend growth and what they've been able to do with their dividend over the last couple of decades, and in particular the last 5 years, that is truly impressive. They've increased that dividend for 17 years. And Laney, what is that 5-year average dividend growth rate?
I mean, this is why this is a stock that just hasn't given me any indication why you would ever want to sell Kroger stock, guys. 15.51% on the 5-year dividend growth rate average, crushing inflation, even in the worst of years, guys, that we have experienced ourselves in the last few years here. And they're doing this all while trying to gobble up a massive merger and acquisition, guys. And the dividend yield still is at 2.49%, which is actually still above their 5-year dividend yield average of 1.99%, which just shows you the pace that the dividend is growing to keep up with the earnings growth. So you're still getting a margin on that 5-year dividend yield right now. Again, lagging the S&P 500 this year, up only 11% and up only 13% since last year.
Yeah, I easily see why Kroger has made it onto that list of companies that you would never sell. Let's move into a different sector.
Ooh,
We're going heavy equipment, heavy construction equipment, um, farming. I can't remember if they're in the farming. Anyway, let's talk through the company.
sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
We're talking about guys, the big cat, Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. This stock is up 150% in the last 5 years, 162 billion in market cap. It's just hard to get in this space. And if residential is declining, commercial is doing well. If commercial is declining, residential is doing okay. If both are doing terrible, like Bert said, maybe some other industrial needs some work done. I mean, they just play in all of the different spaces. Oh, we don't want this office building. We need to demolish it. Well, Caterpillar will come by and help you with that. Oh, we want to transform this space from what it used to be. Okay, Caterpillar will come in, help dig, tear
Mhm.
down, whatever you need. They're there for you.
Oh yeah, you have a mine you want to get the big Caterpillar trucks to haul everything away. You have heavy you need to take down some trees, you need to take down a lot of
You want
stuff.
to take down a bunch of natty daddies? Caterpillar is there for you.
Yeah, you can just you need the cans open. You just take the little backhoe, just get under the tap and just pop that thing open, scoop it up, and then bring it over, and you can chug that natty daddy. Seriously though, there really are like if you think about the competitors that are there for them. John Deere, but John Deere has its own little niche in the sector. So like John Deere's heavy in the agriculture side. They have the heavy equipment, but they're very ag focused. Caterpillar's in that class of its own.
Yeah. So that's why, and guys, we're going to look at the metrics here. Their PE ratio is actually only 15 times earnings right now after being up 150% in 5 years.
Wild. That's absolutely wild. And that payout ratio is still low, just like Kroger. That payout ratio is 25%.
And they've been growing dividends for a long time, at least a decade. Some argue they're a dividend aristocrat esque, but I'll just go off of what dividend investors telling me right now, guys. They've been growing their dividend though at 8%.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Here, their yield is under 2%, so 1.68. Their 5-year average yield is 2.10%. So they are below what their 5-year average yield is today. That's a testament to how much the stock has appreciated. Because Lanny, tell us some of those statistics on what Cat's stock price has done.
Yeah, up only 14% this year, up about 19% since last year, but again, up the 150% over the last 5 years. So the dividend just hasn't quite kept in pace with that sheer appreciation in the stock. But based on that consistency and that I don't ever see them just kind of going away, I just feel like they can just pivot to any industry that needs all of this work that's being done, especially in the, I guess you can call it the green infrastructure act, that
Yeah.
Caterpillar is going to be heavily involved there.
Yeah, and believe it or not, the United States is not the only country that's investing in infrastructure too. It's a worldwide thing. Everyone's investing. There's a lot of like you have India, China, all these other major companies are just spending money are there and they need to use Caterpillar and their products to do it. Number three,
Exactly.
stock number
Number
three.
three.
This stock, I just looked this up, founded in 1820. So it's almost at its 200-year anniversary.
Wow. So it's been around is what you're telling me, Bert.
Yes. So
It's seen a thing or two.
that is right. You want to do it or you want me to tell the people?
Hey man, tell the people.
Chugga 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 chugga. Choo choo. We're getting on that dividend train, everybody. Norfolk Southern ticker symbol NS, and then the dusty elbow is going to come right in over the top there on that third letter. NSC. Boom.
Norfolk Southern guys. Yes, crazy me thinks this is a stock that I would never sell because guys, goods still have to get from coast to coast, from port to port, from this way or that way. In fact, I was just stopped by a train today, guys. And I sit there waiting for the movement to go. And I'm like, hey, that's my train right there.
I do get a sense of pride. We have a train track that cuts right through our suburb. goes down and you just see Norfolk Southern just go right across it. I'm just like,
And then your
my
teardrops, you're like, my boy. Um, and yeah, they've had their incidents last year. Whoever was buying it at the 180 to $200 a share, nice job. You're up quite a bit from that point. Obviously, they're up from this past 52 weeks, up 29.5%. So, again, they got torn down a bunch when they had their derailments in Ohio.
Mhm.
And, that sent the stock price tumbling, which is why they're also only up 39% in the last 5 years. But I just don't see the locomotive industry going away because of what infrastructure has been built to get things from A to Z. Now, will they improve them? Will they make it faster? Will they try to make things better? Sure. And I think Norfolk would want to be heavily a part of that.
Yeah, I mean, what's your other option? Trucking and flying? That's not sustainable. That's more
Come
expensive.
on, what happened to the holes that Elon's burrowing right now to get?
Burrowing holes for Norfolk Southern trains underneath the city. Uh, yeah,
Hey,
so I mean, it's not an easy problem to solve. Things still have to get there. Shipping containers move from ports inward, and then trucks come off of them. So that's why I agree. It's in an industry that lends itself to be difficult for new people to come into and take Norfolk Southern off their metrics. A little different than the first two we've talked about so far. Their PE ratio is 21.5. Their payout ratio is 46%. Increase that dividend for 7 years with that 5-year dividend growth rate of 9.47%.
yeah, yeah. I mean, what do you think about that, Bert?
I dig it. I dig
Hmm.
it. I mean, again, it's been around since 1827. That's all I gotta
Been
hear.
around,
Like,
been around, like you
you're
said,
gonna
21 PE, safe payout ratio under 50%.
Yeah. If you told me you were going with a new startup, a new train that's never been tested, needs a new type of track, I would tell you that's a ridiculous one to put on this list. Trains are trains, and they've been around for the entire time.
What do you guys think about trains? Let us know in the comments, guys. But right now they're trading just above that 5-year dividend yield average. A little bit of margin there. Again, up this year, up since last year, up over 5 years. Second biggest company on this list, Kroger the smallest, and Caterpillar the biggest. But these are three stocks that I just don't see me selling. A, because my buy points were so solid, way underneath these prices. B, because the metrics, consistency, dividend growth, dividend yield, stock price appreciation, and then C, hey, just with the industries that they partake in and participate in, hard to replicate, hard to replace, and hard to be, a new, person to come in and just move them out of the way. And hey, bring on some disruption. I love disruption.
I love it. I freaking love it. All right, everyone. So let us know overall, what are your thoughts here on these three companies? Are these three stocks to never sell? Let us know in that comment section down there.
Guys, like this damn video, subscribe to the mother effing dividend diplomats channel. And Bert, if you smell what the DD is cooking. No, guys, you're either with us or you're against us, Jack. That was Bert, the Herd, and Lanny from the DD over and out.